welcome to Paytaca Talks, Episode 7. Here with us today, our very own CEO, Joemar Taganna, and our Marketing Director, we have Sir Aaron Almadro, and we will put the spotlight today on one of our team members. We have our lead developer, we have Jeff Sarmen.
Hi, Jeff.
Welcome.
Welcome, Jeff. Medyo mahihayin si Jeff eh. Yes?
Yes.
Second nature yan ng mga programmers.
Sakto yung get-up niya, pang-hacker talaga yung get-up.
Nakahuli.
Joining the
Hacker group.
hacker mode.
So, Jeff, you're on the spotlight now, no? Kasi, because of you. No?
Now, for a number of episodes, we will be...
Justice lang ha.
Uy!
May mango magic lang tayo para sa mga...
Magkano po yan?
Uy, thank you ha, thank you.
Mamaya na yung bayad.
Thank you. Inimbita talaga kami ni Clark. Brand ambassador namin talaga.
Yung nga pala sa mga ano. Sorry sa disturb ko.
Kaya ganun dapat laging late para deliberate.
Yan.
Yes.
Let's go.
Mango magic talaga, no? Magic ba to?
May magic yan pagka sinipsip yung ano. Sasarap kayo.
Okay, as I was saying, we will have a few episodes in Paytaca Talks where we will highlight on the contributions of members of our team, the marketing and the development team, to share to you, our viewers, what we are doing at the individual level, individual contributions. So for now, we are going to have with us
Our lead developer.
a developer of Paytaca, Jeff.
So Jeff, can you please tell us about your background?
I'm the developer of Paytaca. So I haven't been really a developer for a long time, for say about 2 to 3 years. So it was a pretty obvious path for me to take the software developer career since I graduated from computer science course. Although it wasn't really my first choice to this path, but along the way I got interested more into building software.
What was your first choice?
Uh,
That's new to me.
I was planning to go into engineering.
Similar.
It's a bit similar in terms of creating stuff.
So you're really a builder by heart.
Yes.
Okay.
Sarap ng mango magic. Sarap.
So when did you start working for Paytaca?
For Paytaca specifically, I focused on working on Paytaca around last year, January. Although I started, first time I worked on Paytaca was 2 years ago for like 1 week to participate in a hackathon held by Brain Party.
Yeah.
But in the company, I've been working for around 2 to 3 years total. Before that, I worked on around actually 2 projects.
Yeah, maybe it needs explaining the way we are set up, because Paytaca is sort of like a brainchild of Cybis Informatics. So Cybis Informatics is it's my software development company, which we started in 2015. So Cybis is already 8 years, and Jeff actually started working for Cybis. That was 3 years. 2.5 years. So Paytaca used to be just one of the projects, which we then created a company out of it around 2018. That was when Paytaca was registered as a corporation. But Cybis is actually I can describe Cybis more like a startups laboratory. So we create startups, we build startups, or we help other founders to build their startups. So it just happened that Paytaca is our very own. Like it's really our idea. Okay. And so Jeff mentioned that he worked in other projects. So those were other projects for
Within
clients
Sybis
within
or
Sybis. But he started focusing more on Paytaca. What was it?
Around a year.
Yeah.
2021, I guess.
2021. So
During the pandemic.
actually, majority of the work since that time, majority of the coding work is done by Jeff.
And that's why he's the lead developer.
Yes.
So
The
he's-
word lead.
yeah, practically he's leading the development of Paytaca, the app, the POS, and also the back-end systems that support these apps. Yeah. So that's quite impressive.
Okay, so can you tell us more about the features that you have implemented in the app?
Most of the features worked on was around the Smart Usage, which involved implementing the counterpart for the that already exists in the main chain, which is for sending or receiving payments and other tokens. In this Smart Usage, there was also other mini apps that implement like decentralized exchange.
Yeah, the asset swap, that's what we call it. Yeah.
The recent one which is actually not part of the Smart Usage anymore, which was AnyHedge
Any hedge?
contract.
Yeah, we've been talking about
We've been
any
talking
hedge,
about
right?
it.
Yeah.
You got featured at Bitcoin Weekly.
Bitcoin Cash, a lot of times already. So yeah, much of the work on this was done by Jeff, and yeah, he actually knows better than in terms of internal somehow AnyHedge works. Yeah.
It's actually the most difficult feature I've worked so far in Paytaca.
The Any hedge.
The AnyHedge.
Integration.
Since as Sir actually mentioned before that not a lot of apps supported this feature. So I had to
For the
learn.
first.
The first wallet.
So we had to learn a lot from the developers, the people who developed the AnyHedge protocol in specific. So,
So would you like to share to us what are the tools and languages that you use?
so Paytaca mainly uses the Pulsar framework, which is a framework for building web-based apps. It's a very interesting framework since it allowed us to create the app for only using a single code base.
Wait lang.
Uh,
May
Are
nag-e-F
you okay?
taxis.
Are you able to catch up with our discussion?
So Greek, it's all Greek to me. Oh, continue, Jeff. Don't mind me. I'm just drinking my mango magic.
So yeah, it's a pretty interesting framework kasi we only have to deal with one code base for creating the app for the Android, for the iOS, and
Yes.
for creating the
Right.
browser extension. So it's been easy. It helped us to maintain our code base. We also use as our backend service Watchtower, which uses the Django framework. So we're using the Python programming language.
So the back end is Python programming language, and the front end Quasar is JavaScript. And that worked well for us because many of the libraries or packages being used in blockchain development, especially in Bitcoin Cash, almost all of them are written in JavaScript. Okay. So 2 languages only. Okay.
It's very technical.
No argument there. Very good.
No comment.
Good work you're doing there.
Yeah. I know.
So can you please tell us about what's coming for Paytaca and what are the features that are going to be changed or added to the app?
for this year, Sir Joemar had a lot of things, interesting things that he had planned to add into Paytaca. So recently we've been working on the peer-to-peer side for our N-Hedge, which allows to create contracts from user to user instead of having a third-party service. We're also working on push notifications and other things.
That one you can relate.
Huh?
Push notification.
Sorry.
Finally,
It's like the
something that we can
notification.
relate.
Nag-blank lang ako. Naka-blank ko lang eh.
So
Okay.
if you notice, our Paytaca app now, it doesn't have notifications.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. When you receive payment, you don't receive that like
The
a
beat na.
Ah, yes.
notification.
Push notification.
So the next version, so Jeff already completed it.
We're gonna
Push.
have it.
Push
There will
yan.
be a push notification.
Push natin yan.
Push natin.
Yeah, let's push that. And then, yeah.
Will be ads? You're gonna put ads?
No,
Wala
no,
mo mga ads.
it's annoying.
Like, so, no, annoying things.
So I think there are other things that are interesting, I find interesting as well, as such as the marketplace.
Oh wait, Jeff, you're the one who developed Connecta, right?
Yeah, that's the one you're just talking about.
That's it, the marketplace.
Other
Yeah, that
products.
Connecta in Facebook. It was one of our products that we launched during the pandemic. And now we actually disabled it in Facebook. And we're planning to put Connecta, a Connecta bot, a Connecta app in Paytaca. So that's what you're talking about right now.
Alright, so
Marketplace.
it's gonna be like a revamp on the Connecta.
Huh?
Diba?
A revamp.
Revamp.
A revamp.
But it's not called Connecta anymore.
I'm not sure if it's still gonna be Connecta or
Should.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we preserved the name.
Yeah, Connecta. And then I heard that there's a chat option, chat feature.
It's also being worked on by Sir Joemar himself.
This time I'm working with
So you'll be the lead developer
for this feature.
okay. Chat feature.
It will also be added with the peer-to-peer N-Hedge so that our users can communicate with each other
Yeah.
when they're settling a contract.
Oh,
The problem we're solving there is that, for example, you order something from a merchant and you want to follow up why the delivery is delayed. Normally, your resort is to communicate. You call them or you chat with them, whatever chat app you have. Instead of doing that, we provide a way for them to communicate within the app itself. So you just click on something like chat with the merchant or chat with the delivery rider. You can chat within the Paytaca app itself. And more so, what's interesting about this is the communication is encrypted. So the server which channels the messages, we cannot actually read your messages because it's encrypted. Unlike in other apps where encryption is optional. So for example, in Messenger, you can do secret conversation. You're doing that, diba?
no.
No?
Okay. I don't know that.
You have to
conversation.
click on a secret conversation to have end-to-end encrypted chat. The chat feature in Paytaca is by default encrypted.
So how will they read it?
They can read it because the private key is in their installation of the app. So only the recipient and the sender can read the contents. So even if it passes through the server, Jeff has an access to the server. Even if he is able to get those messages, it's all like garbled text. We cannot understand what the two of you
Are
and
talking about.
your secret whoever. We cannot read what you're talking about if you use the Paytaca chat.
Interesting. What else, Jeff?
I think one thing that grabbed my attention on the next things to add is the cash tokens, which is something like the fungible token counterpart for the main chain of the Bitcoin Cash. So it's a pretty new technology or feature in the Bitcoin Cash blockchain that will be pretty interesting to include in the Paytaca.
Sounds boring, right?
No,
Ano?
I spaced out actually when he was talking. Just looking at him.
So Jeff is just talking about it plainly like it's not something big, but actually this is one of the biggest upgrades.
Oh, it is okay.
And it's expected to be make the main chain more popular for developers.
Okay.
Because you can create more advanced applications.
That's nice. So it's really a big
Feeling
thing.
lost.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing that made boring by Jeff.
It's basically we are not doing it justice.
Okay.
Presenting it, but yeah.
Okay.
It's one of
That's
the
a
biggest.
surprise. That's a surprise. In a way.
It's
You're working on it, Jeff? No, not yet.
Not yet, since it's not actually.
It's future.
It's not yet.
It
Not
will
yet launched?
it will be launched in the main chain
Uh-huh.
this May 2023.
So not yet, but we'll be including it in Paytaca. That's why it's big because it's not yet out.
Yep.
It's hard to put something out if it's big.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
So Jeff, can you tell us about what do you love about your work?
So what I like about my work in general is you're building these apps or these solutions to problems, and they're not just covering one area like finance. It's covering also other areas. So you get to learn some things about these other areas along the way. So in Paytaca specifically, I found it interesting because it's using a blockchain technology, which I've been interested in since college. But I'm also interested with the goal of Paytaca, which is to make payments through blockchain as a common thing. So it's
Exciting.
So what you love about it is the complexities.
Yes.
Na kayo lang ang nakakasolve.
It's mostly on learning different stuff that's not related to programming.
Love problem solving basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you love problem solving, Demi?
No, I hate problems.
You hate problems, so you hate problem solving.
Yes.
Jeff will be joining us in a series of blockchain workshops as well. We're closing a deal with some schools here in Eastern Visayas.
And as the lead developer,
Yes, actually he's been already, he has already talked in Manila when the UST Fisher.
Yeah. Cybis Informatics
Yes.
was
Invited.
hired
Yes, was
to become a
actually-
consultant
Mm.
in their blockchain training program. So Jeff was there, also Edsel and me also. We did the training, actual as in hands-on training.
Yes, they did the blockchain training nationwide under the UST, so it's a big thing. We're already closing agreements with other schools. Jeff will be joining us to teach as well.
You should join them soon.
Maybe.
So you can
Yeah, so
you
you'll be
won't
silent.
be lost.
You'll be silent most of the time.
I'll be teaching about something else.
Anything else, Jeff, you'd like to share?
Greetings, you want to greet your
Greetings.
fans?
Not really.
Invite our audience to download the Paytaca wallet and be amazed at what it is now.
That you did it.
So I invite you to download the Paytaca app. It's very interesting. It has a lot of features apart from just being a normal wallet app. So there are also other financial things that you can do with your crypto inside there. So
Alright.
Yes, that's all.
Thank you, Jeff, for joining us.
Yes.
Paytaca Talks.
Paytaca Talks.
And yeah, keep up the good work. And we still have a lot of things to do, so I hope you will bear with us. You will keep up with.
You will be joining more of our Paytaca Talks in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Every exciting feature that goes out, maybe we should have something like this. Jeff talking about how the internals work, and then Aaron will react accordingly. All right, interesting. Thank you.
Alright, so there you have it. Our guest for today, our lead developer, Jeff Sarmen. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Sir Aaron, would you like to share anything?
No, that's all. Invite as usual everyone to download the Paytaca wallet. Thank you.
And of course, our CEO, Sir Joemar.
So as Jeff mentioned, we are doing a lot of exciting things in Paytaca. We are actually always on the lookout for talented people like Jeff, who would like to take on the challenge of changing the world, in our own little ways. Especially for developers, but also actually people who are very good in marketing. So we need talents, especially in this part of the region. It's very difficult to get very talented people to remain here and work here. Paytaca is in Tacloban. All the talented people there in Tacloban, here in Tacloban, we want you.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so if you have any comments or you have any questions, we can actually have them on our next episode. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on our next episode. Bye!